let's get to UVA.
Okay, so
now you on a full ride to UVA. That's the school you decided to go to.
Yeah, full ride to UVA. I got into Carnegie Mellon. I waitlisted at MIT. Got into a whole bunch of other schools. I decided to go to UVA, and then I wanted to go to either Howard or UVA. Because I went to Howard's campus, I felt like it was a different world, like the show A Different World, and I was like, oh nah, like
HBCU vibes.
I really want to go here, and
I know you probably still regret that. You love UVA, you alum.
I met a lot of my closest friends at UVA. The only thing with Howard, my tuition would have been paid for, but I would have had to pay for room and board. Whereas UVA, they pay for everything. So it probably was better. I learned how to be an adult, how to pay bills at UVA.
How to finesse your refund checks.
Well, back then, I wish I'd have known you back then. We be talking about stocks and stuff now. If I'd have known the stocks then, boy, I'd be having some money right now. Bitcoin.
Yeah. I would have had you right back then.
Yeah, back then. But it was a great experience. Some of my closest friends I met at UVA. It was a traumatizing experience going to a PWI. I actually left a year before they did the Tiki Torch thing on Charlottesville. That's my school. My school had the Tiki Torches. There's a lot of underlying racist things that went on down there. It was the first time I ever been called a nigger by a white person was at UVA.
And again, I hope I'm not over speaking for you, but it's not something against UVA. We're not coming at UVA. Just like in every university, every PWI, the people... I know we say the people make the school, but we can't judge individual actions off of a whole university and what they stand for. So This is no flight against UVA. These are just situations that happen, unfortunately, while you were there.
Exactly. Like just different things that happen on campus. And like coming from a community, like I went to school in Harlem, and like before Harlem became like what do they call it? Something.
No, it ain't before. It's still Harlem.
Yeah,
we don't know what.
But I mean, like Harlem and 125th Street was just straight black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Before it became Soho West or something.
So it was a different experience going to UVA. Like it was a cultural shock.
Yeah.
Also, like engineering. I was really doing engineering because that's what my mom wanted to do. I wanted to go to UVA because I could like kind of shut her up and try to play football. So, I ended up trying out for the football team. I ended up like not making it my freshman year or first year. They say first years. They don't really say freshman at UVA. And then I went and did rugby for a minute to stay in shape. So, because I was going to try out for football again. Then I got hurt.
Tore your meniscus again. Man.
Tore my meniscus. Football became done for the most part.
Now, I'm going to get personal. And we always got to do is professional in a podcast. So... Now, you're doing the major you don't want to do because you want to take care of mom. You made that promise to do engineering. Your dream of football at this point is looking like it's over. 2 torn meniscus, trying to be a walk-on to a D1 school in the ACC. How was your mental at that point?
It was messed up, because, football has been my whole life. I always wanted to play football. So, my senior, well, not my senior year. I had to stay an extra year. But my 5th year, I was depressed because I had lost my scholarship too. So, financially, I was trying to figure out how was I going to survive.
How was your health? How was your mental?
Yeah, I gained like 100 pounds my last year. I was like 370 pounds by the time I graduated UVA.
Wow.
Did you, something, but something that, something that really kept my mental up was that I was always doing devised pieces. Shout outs to Lady T, Teresa Davis. She was my, African-American studies teacher, and she was always pull me, and that was like my mom on campus, and we would always be creating devised pieces. Like we went to the Reston Virginia Theater Association. We performed at
what is devised pieces? Because I don't even know what that is.
Who? Oh, devised pieces is just like we're writing pieces together. So it's not that one writer, it's like multiple writers creating.
For like acting or
so it's scripts.
So scripts. you were acting at UVA.
At UVA I was acting. So that's when I was getting into my writing bag. We created devised pieces, a couple on campus, one for the Martin Luther King Jr. Walk on Washington 50th anniversary. Why would I say anniversary? That sound like Mike Tyson, anniversary.
Yo, shout out to Mike. Don't play a Mike on this pod. Mike, no problem. I just left Brownsville yesterday. No problem.
Another goat. But so yeah, we created a device piece there, and that's what really forced forced me to really know, like, okay, I really like acting, because I was skipping on my engineering stuff to do that stuff, right? And so like I'm in class like writing pieces, and she brought us to the rest of Virginia Theater Association. We're the only all black cast of like, because there were different schools there. We were the only all black cast. Then we created another devised piece. It was at a TEDx Charlottesville. So it was at the Paramount Theater, hosted over 1,000 people. That was my first really big performance as an adult. And it just got me excited. So that kept my mental up and kept me grounded in knowing that like, yo, acting is something that I really wanted to do.
So I got to bring this all back in. I'm sorry for interrupting you earlier, because I know Keisha. So you're supposed to be engineering. You cut in your class to act, right? Mm-hmm. You gain weight. You're gaining weight. You're not happy. You're going through a lot. How was that process explaining that to your mom that, you was in shape your whole life too? So I know that took a mental for you. Always play sports. How was that process basically saying, I'm flunking out of engineering school because I haven't been going because I hate this and this is what I want to do?
Well, second year, right? So my second year at UVA, I was, so I guess sophomore year, for those of you who don't know what second year is. See, I'm a math tutor. Anyway. But I was like, no, I'm leaving engineering. And I told her I was going to leave engineering. And then she had every like male in my family call me on the phone, like, you're not leaving engineering. I was like, I'm going to be an acting major. I'm going to be a drama major. I'm leaving. And they said, no, you don't have the privilege because you don't need a degree in acting to be an actor, even though there's a lot of fucking work to be an actor. There's a lot of work. Don't just think that like you're going to just be Denzel, right? It's a lot of fucking work. And so that was the story. Like you're from the Bronx. You don't have the privilege, compared to like a lot of the affluent students at UVA who like, if acting doesn't work out, they can always get a job or an internship with one of their uncles, their rich uncles. So, I forgot the question.
Nah, that was it. But so your mom was not happy.
Oh wait, okay, yeah, okay. So back to that. So
now, before we go on that, I want to talk about the privilege thing because I think that's deep. I remember my brother Justin one time. I think I just got into Stony Brook Med School. I think I was already working at NYU. And I was really thinking hard about it. And I was kind of sad because I already kind of made up my mind. I knew I couldn't go to med. I could go to med school. I got in, but I was just like, I don't think I could go. My daughter was already 5. I just had a baby fresh from the NICU. I didn't know what direction her life was heading. And I basically at that point, I would have, even though financially I would have been there, I would have in a way let Nikki, she would have been a single mom. I would have been gone. I would have had to dedicate a lot of time and I would have gave up a 6-figure salary. And my brother said basically what your uncles were saying. You don't have the privilege. Mm-hmm. He was like, I'm so sorry to tell you this, and I know you may not agree. Your life, you're not meant to be a doctor. Mm-hmm. It's like, you're not. He said, we didn't grow up to be doctors. We grew up to do what we're doing now, be entrepreneurs, make 100,000. And now we can prepare our kids at such a young age to be that, to educate them on how to use protection, to not be a teenage parent, to not worry about that. Their worries and their stresses, we're going to laugh about it in private because they never going to know what it's really like to struggle. He was like, what you have done, you have succeeded already. Being a doctor, that isn't going to validate you no more. But that's not what you, and I was like, I don't want to just be able to offer my daughter a black card. But it's because I was like, I'm not going to go just to make $50,000 more to be a pediatrician or something like that. If I'm going to be a doctor, I got to be a surgeon. That's the only way that's going to balance where I'm at in my life right now.
Yeah.
And it's so sad for people who grow up like me and you, where we always stuck with those situations where most of the time we're not happy. We talk about mental health. A lot of us ain't happy. We don't like what we do for a living because society has taught us, I can't be mad at Miss Keisha. I've spent all my time raising this black son. You got into almost every top college in the world to tell me that you're going to take a risk like that to be an actor when I know you're guaranteed $150,000 if you just continue to listen to me at the finish line. But Mom, I gained 100 pounds. Mom, I hate myself.
She didn't realize that till she came to the school because I wasn't going back. I was staying.
Mom, I hate my life right now. What about me? You think if when I have your grandkids and I'm so disgusted at the choices I make, you think that's not going to rub off on them? You think I'm not going to have attitude problems? You think I'm not going to take that frustration out on my spouse or them? You know, and it's sad that so many people, and it ain't I don't want to say it's not a black thing. You know, there's poor.
It's a parent thing, but parents want the best for their kids.
Yeah,
so like,
exactly.
A lot, when you, and this is what we was talking about earlier, like when you have a vision for yourself, like you have that vision. They might not be able to see that vision. Yeah. But cause like now, like whenever I do like a project, my mom is, she's my biggest cheerleader. Yeah. So, but it's up to you. Like, so like in that situation, that me not leaving engineering and then me deciding to like become a double major in engineering and drama because I still wanted to do drama. I did that just to shut them up. It made me stay an extra year. I ended up getting a couple loans because I had to stay that extra year. It was the last time where I allowed anyone to sway my vision. I think it was Will Smith or Denzel. They said, always fall forward because, when you're falling back, you're not able to see in front of you. And whenever I make my decisions now, I know that it's the life I have to live. So, at the end of the day, I have to live with it. So I make the final decisions. I might listen to people, but knowing my purpose and staying grounded in what I want to become and who I want to become, ultimately I force myself to make the last final decision and don't allow people to sway me from my goal.